In this video, I'm going to talk about free will and determinism. But before I go on, guys, if you're watching this and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I'm gonna give you 2 seconds here. Okay, I'm looking out for your best interest because this is a cool channel. Okay, subscribe. What are you waiting for? If you're already subscribed, beside where it says subscribe, there's a notification bell. Make sure to hit that notification bell, please. Okay, just hit it right now. You know, right now, because you will be notified every time I choose to exercise my free will or deterministically choose to upload one of the videos on this channel, so you can be notified on it on your smartphone or whatever. So, free will and determinism. Do we have free will? Are we consciously making choices? You know, when for example, let's say you come into my house, or let's say you come into my car, you sit down here, and I've got a cup of tea and I've got a cup of coffee. And I say, hi, would you like tea or would you like coffee? Now at this point, it seems pretty clear that you have the choice to make between coffee and tea. You know, I mean, really, like, it seems like you have the choice, right? And then you can maybe spend 5-10 seconds thinking about it and be like, I'll have a cup of tea, or I'll have a cup of coffee. Or you might just have an instant, because you know already, you know what you want. So you can say, I want tea or I want coffee. So therefore, you have exercised your free choice, your free will in this specific case. But did you? Did you? What has led you to make the choice to drink coffee or drink tea? If you look back far enough, you will see that your genetics has something to do with it. Your upbringing has something to do with it. Maybe you grew up in a household where 70% of the people in your household liked tea more than they liked coffee. And let's say you have like 5 siblings and you're the youngest one. And let's say your 3 oldest siblings liked coffee or liked tea, and the 4th one liked coffee. And then you're the 5th one. You're going to be more likely to develop a taste for tea, most likely, because most of your family is drinking tea. It could have to do with your genetics, because you got to remember, what is genetics? Genetics is DNA. It's information. It's information. So this information of your ancestors, your biological ancestors, of the people who were in this family line, in this specific line. And remember, like, yes, you and your siblings, although you have the same DNA, same information, you might pick up more of your mom's DNA or your dad's DNA, and you might have picked up more of this uncle's DNA or that uncle's DNA, and you know, it goes on and on and on. So you have to do with simply the genetic information. Maybe more people in the genetic line preferred tea than they preferred coffee, and it kept writing it, you know, because this is it's writing. It's a computer program, so it writes it, you know. 70%, you know, let's say 7 out of 10 people in your line back thousands of years have picked tea over coffee. What's going on? This program, it's programming it in the DNA. So you're now more likely to pick tea based on a certain genetic stream, informational data stream that you've picked up. Or you might pick coffee based on you being on another stream, and you're just more likely. So all these factors, genetics, experience. I mean, look, you might have liked tea more than coffee, and then you grew up, and then you went out with a guy or a girl, and she liked tea, and you liked tea, and you guys were bonding over tea, and then you had a really nasty breakup with her or him, and now you hate everything about that person. You hate all their preferences. You hate everything. You hate the fact that they drank tea, and maybe now you have been so traumatized by this experience that now you have a preference for coffee. So now you make the choice of coffee. So there's so many different elements and variables and factors that are leading you to make this seemingly simple, straightforward, free choice of picking between coffee and tea. But let me ask you, who picked coffee and who picked tea? Did you pick coffee? Did you pick tea? And who is you? Who is you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Are you simply a set of unfolding laws? And you're just really, like, when you think about it, this is what karma is. Karma is action. Karma is not a system of punishment and good or bad or rewards, although that's part of it. Karma is just law. It's law, meaning if you follow back enough, and not just in this life, but in previous lives, in your ancestors, you will come to realize that almost every single choice that you think you're making is being made on your behalf, based on everything that has happened to you up until this point. And every decision that you will ever make in the future is based on every decision that you made in the present, which is based on every decision you made in the past. And you see, on and on it goes. So, yeah, do we have free will? Do we have free choice? And I am leaning towards no. I'm leaning towards this is a deterministic system that we're in. And everything is programmed in it, including our thoughts and including the feeling, the experience of free will. Mind you, this is the gift of being a human being. So you've got to go on and make believe that you have free will. It's not like I'm saying you don't have free will. It's like, no. You've got to go on about this game and make believe that you have free will, like a good actor does when they get into their story, when they get into their act, when they get into the character. This is also known as method acting. And the best actors out there, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis. The best actors out there are the method actors. Method acting, Christian Bale is another method actor. Is basically you getting so into your character that you start to live it outside the set. You become the character, right? Like Heath Ledger became the Joker outside of his life and inside of his life. You see? Christian Bale in one of his movies became this very, very, very like malnourished guy. I haven't watched the movie, but I've seen pictures. And he became it in his movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, one of his movies, he was in a wheelchair and he went on his life in a wheelchair. He became the character. So like a good actor, you go on making believe that you have free will, because that's part of the experience of physicality, of being a human being, is that you make choices. You have free will. When I ask you, do you want coffee or tea? You sit there and you think about it. Do I want coffee or do I want tea? And then you say, I am going to go ahead and pick coffee, or I'm going to pick tea. You see? So the experience of free will, it's an illusion, and you know, despite that it's an illusion, it's like you can't deny, like, yes, I am making the choice right now to put on this video and make it about this video, make this topic about free will and determinism. But really, like, if you really look down at what led me to make this video, you will see that I was just kind of like going on autopilot, and it was just karmically determined that I would eventually talk about this, and I would eventually just put on this, and everything that I'm doing now and every thought, it's just predetermined. And this is what Ram Dass calls these squirrels are hilarious. This is what Ram Dass calls a karmic package. So you can look at yourself as a karmic package, and you're just kind of watching this whole thing unfold. You're just like, you're the actor, you're the player of this thing, and it's just playing itself out. And you're just watching. This is the whole purpose of meditation, is to become the watcher, is to become the observer. Because once you become the watcher and the observer, it's just things are happening. Thoughts are popping in and popping out. Sensations are popping in and popping out. Oh, I am hungry now, I'm going to get food. Oh, I am this, I am horny, I'm going to go and fuck or masturbate. And then you watch it all just unfold. You watch this karmic package that you're in just unfold, and you're just there watching with horror, with awe, with disgust, and with magnificence at the whole thing, at the sophistication of the drama unfolding. Because when you go deep enough and you become the watcher and you become the observer, you come to know pretty quickly that you are God. And this is what they call in Hinduism the Atman. And once you come to know that you are God, then you remember that, oh my God, I created all of this. I've had this experience on psychedelics. And I was like, wow, I created all of this. Oh, yes, of course. How did I forget? Yes, I agreed to separate myself into these little streams of consciousness, these little things. And I've agreed to make myself forget all of it. And I've plotted all these storylines, and I'm here to experience these storylines. And then you have the cosmic giggle, where you just basically lay on the floor, laughing hysterically, and then you clap. What happened to me is I was clapping to myself, the Godhead, for the brilliance of the whole thing, for the magnificence of the whole thing, for the sophistication of it all. I mean, really, like, think about it. Every single thought you ever thought, every single thing, could very well you're just running a plot, and it's all predetermined. And every thought that's coming in, every negative thought, every positive thought, every realization, every epiphany, everything, every experience, every good experience, every bad, it's all just, you're just running it. You're just watching it. And you becoming the watcher is part of the script. It's almost like evolution of consciousness. Consciousness ends up going back, becoming one with its creator, becoming one with itself again. Self-realization. That's what self-realization, self-actualizing is you realizing that you're God. So every plot line, think of your karmic package. That is your current life and all your previous lives and all your future lives. Think of it all as one big show that you are experiencing as an individual soul on your journey back home. And all of it, because God is a loving, benevolent parent. And God doesn't want you getting lost in time and space, because God is outside of time and space. And God doesn't want itself to be lost in this time and space. So God evolves the whole thing to come back to itself again. You see? In the minute of programming this sophisticated game. So you play it out, you start this journey and you play it out, and it takes God knows how long in time and space. You know, if according to the Buddha, we have been here for an unimaginably long period of time, incarnating and reincarnating, incarnating and reincarnating. And eventually, you're programmed to find your way back home. So when you start to become more the watcher, more the observer, that's the plot in every single character. So you might look at a person now with a lower consciousness, somebody who's early in the game, and you might look at them and they're not a loving person. They're not a caring person. They're stealing, they're robbing. So clearly this is a person with lower consciousness. And you look at them and you say, wow, this person is designed to come back to God. This person will one day, in one lifetime or another, realize themselves and will come to the realizations that maybe you're making in this lifetime. And it's part of their storyline. And right now they're just in the earlier phase of the game where they're still robbing and killing and stealing. You know, and at some point in one lifetime, they're going to wake up and they're going to realize, and they're going to become more the Atman, the watcher. And all of it is programmed. It's all programmed, meaning when they wake up, it's programmed. And when they realize that everything is actually like deterministic and written, maktub, right? In the book Alchemist, the theme of this is continuously written, you know, maktub, written. So you're just kind of playing out this karmic package, which is a hilarious term. You know, I really liked it. So that's why I'm using it. Karmic package. You're running off the karmic package and you're going home. You're going back home, and you're going. This is why, you know, everything is perfect. It's all perfect. It's all perfection. All of it is perfect. And it seems like that is an explanation for synchronicities. When you begin to experience synchronicities, when you begin to experience, 1111, 111, 222, 333, and everything becomes in a synchronistic fashion in your life. It seems that now you're at a part in the storyline, in this entire thing that is written, where you're remembering who you are. And so it is written in the story, in the movie, that you will begin to experience synchronicities. So the reason why people are not experiencing synchronicities, they're not at the level yet in the game, which is all predetermined and written, where they begin to experience synchronicities. But now that you remember who you are, and holy shit, I programmed all of this, and I'm just experiencing this cosmic drama because I just want to experience what it's like to be all these things, because I am perfect, I am eternal, I am eternal bliss, eternal light, eternal nothingness, eternal void, and I'd like to experience form, and I'd like to experience being all these things, but I don't want to get lost in it, so I'm going to find my way back. And so the whole thing is programmed for evolution, and you see it. You see it in evolution of consciousness, and you see it on a physical level. Nature is programmed for evolution. Everything's programmed for evolution. So what a relief it is. What a relief to know that everything is perfect. What a relief it is to know that you don't have to plan anything, that you don't even have to try hard to get enlightened, that it's gonna happen at the rate it's gonna happen anyway. You're gonna get enlightened when you get enlightened, and you're gonna make bad mistakes when you make mistakes, and you're gonna be an asshole when you're gonna be an asshole, because it's all written. Your thoughts are written, the periods of negativity and darkness are written. And I mean, look at, why is it that in every human life, it seems like there's a similar plot, a similar thing, a similar phase is going on? Because it seems like all these storylines are written in a pattern, in a certain script, and then change the scene, change the environment, change the countries, change the planets, change the details of it. But really, there seems to be an evolutionary pattern to every human being and every soul, really. And it's just sort of more self-realization, more self-actualization. Back to the oneness, back to yourself. Back to yourself. And honestly, it is a relief to know this. It is a relief to know that I don't have to plan. I don't have to plot. And it's like when you get to this realization, it's written. It's part of the story that one day you'll realize, it's all written anyway. And relax. You just relax. Why am I running around so much? And why am I doing all of this? It's all written anyway. I'm going to get the money that is written for me. I'm going to get the girlfriend that is written for me. It's all written. And this is the Tao, the Tao. The Tao, one of the lines in the Tao Te Ching. Nothing is done, and yet everything is done. And you see this Tao in everything. You see the force. You see the flow. There's a flow to everything. I mean, when I'm driving a car, what is going on? It's the car's driving itself. And I'm looking around me, I'm like, it's fucking crazy that the little amounts of accident that happen in comparison to this big giant, what seems to be a catastrophe. I mean, when I'm like there in rush hour and I'm looking around, I'm like, holy shit, how is there so little accidents with like all this ridiculous energy and all of this happening? I mean, it's amazing. Because there's the force, there's the Tao. It just keeps everything happening. And everything seems to be just mechanically and karmically unfolding on its own momentum. And that includes you. That includes your life. That includes your thoughts. That includes your urges. That includes your desires. And you just you play it along. You watch it all happen. You watch it all unfold. Just it's things happening. And yeah, I haven't been lucky enough to experience, I've experienced crazy synchronicities. I told you guys about it. But I haven't been lucky enough to experience, truly miracles, like shit you hear about in the Bible. I haven't been lucky enough to experience it, but I've been hearing other people's experiences. And Ram Dass is somebody I've really been invested in his work lately. And he talks about his Guru Neem Kurli Baba, right? And the thing is, Ram Dass is not the only one that talks about it. There's like 10, 20 other people that basically talk about these stories. So it's not like Western people, that is. It's not like this is an isolated man talking about his experiences in India. There's a lot of people that have reported these stories as well. Of Neem Kurli Baba, like doing miracles, basically, his guru, right? And one of them is reading minds. Like, he read his mind all the time. Where no matter where he went, no matter what he did, he read his mind. And lots of stories about his guru reading the future. You know, like telling him what's gonna happen, preparing a dinner for 33 people because he knew that they were gonna make this decision to come here, and you know, etc., etc., etc. So it seems that when you go out of time and space, it seems that you can just read it all as an unfolding written game. Think of it like a magnificent movie, a magnificent game that is all just written. It's uploaded, like this video. This video is gonna be however long it's gonna be. And no, like, it's already uploaded by the time you're watching it now. It's uploaded. It's perfect in the sense that it's complete. Perfection is completeness. It's complete. It's written. Maktub. This video is maktub. It's written. You're watching it right now. It's uploaded. It's done. What, you're gonna predict what I'm gonna say next? Do you know what I'm gonna say next? No, but it's written. Do I know what I'm gonna say next? No, but it's written. It's uploaded. You see, the video you're watching now is uploaded. The end of it is already the end of it. And you can sit here and predict it all you want, but the end of the video is the end of the video. And the last word that I say is the last word that I say. And what I'm about to say from here until the end of the video is what I'm about to say in the end of the video. It's uploaded. You can predict it. You can sit down and speculate it. What is he going to say? What is he going to say? But I already said it. By the time you're watching this video, I already said it. In the same way, taking this, because if you look at the infinite pattern of fractal patterns of the universe and creation, everything seems to sort of be the big fractal loop. So on a bigger scale, your life is another YouTube video uploaded, the whole karmic package from your first incarnation to your last incarnation. And there is millions and millions of those, let me tell you, okay? It's all written. And you as God decide to split yourself in this soul called Atman, this little God consciousness, and experience the whole karmic package, which is all written. Because you got infinite knowledge and infinite perfection. So you've decided that it's time for me to experience form and imagine this and dream this. So we're in the mind of God. We're in the imagination of God. And I'm going to look, the fact that this is so sophisticated like this tells you how intelligent God is, how intelligent you are, the God in you, the awareness. Because this is magnificent. This is sophisticated as fuck. This tells you you're a very, very, very perfect and perfectly infinite and intellectually perfect being, you know. And I think you're, as the God consciousness, you're pure awareness, but you had nothing to be aware of. So you wanted to be aware of how beautiful you are and how magnificent you are, so you imagine all of this, the amusement park that the whole of creation is. And then when you're there, sitting there, and you're like coming up with these realizations, and you're looking at trees and the beauty, you're now looking at how beautiful and how smart and how magnificent you are. Because you're in your essence is pure awareness, but as pure awareness, there's nothing to be aware of. You're it. So to be aware of how beautiful and magnificent and smart you are, you create this, and you have these plot lines, and then at the end of the plot line, each little individuated unit of you, the Atman, gets to come back home, basically, into the merge with the divine, merge with the oneness. So that's about it. Whew, okay. Make sure to check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. It is written that you will download this free book and you will gain some good insights from it to help you in your day-to-day life. It is written that you are watching this video right now. It is written that I am making it, and it is all written. Maktub. And I love you guys. I love you because we all go back to love. So love is the answer, because you are love, because the pure awareness that I'm speaking of, that is you, that is created all this, is love. So I love you guys. I love every single one of you. May you all be blessed, but don't forget to subscribe. Or I guess all of you guys knew what I was gonna say at the end, right? You're gonna sleep with the fishes.